Welcome to class. Today we're going to use the foam roller, a pillow, and a towel if you'd like for your neck and also for some arm exercises. Have fun. We're going to start sitting on your pillow. When you sit, you are just going to cross your legs in front of you. Your foam roller can be to the side for now. As you're crossing your legs, sometimes our legs just want to hang down. What I'd like you to do is put a little bit of pressure on the outside edge of the foot. That way, when you put pressure, you'll notice that your knees will go up, which will make it easier for you to engage through the glutes, and that way you can stand nice, sit nice and tall. Good. Once you're sitting nice and tall, let the shoulders open. Let's start with a couple of breaths into the back of the rib cage, breathing in. And then when you exhale, keep the abdomen pulling in. Taking a couple of breaths. Inhale. And exhaling. As you breathe in, try and grow tall. And as you exhale, maintain that height. One more time. And then let's move the right arm first. We're going to pick that arm up as high as we can keep it connected to the lats. And then bring the arm back down. Then we'll do the left arm. Lift and lower. You can pretend like your knees have honey and they're sticky and you're pulling all the stickiness up with you. And then back down. And again, we lift and lower. 2 more on each arm. 1 more. And then lifting both arms. As we lift the shoulder blades up the back and down the back. Again, lifting tall and lower for 3, 2, and once more. Lower the arms down, ground to your foam roller. Start with it horizontal by your feet. You'll go onto your back. If you want a pillow or the towel for your neck, you can use that. I will have mine nearby. Maybe I'll use it. So, starting on your back, take your arms wide out to T so that your shoulder blades take up space on the mat. Make your arms really heavy. Have space for your throat, nose to the ceiling. Your feet are going to go on top of the foam roller. I want you to roll back and forth. Just rolling to whatever feels nice for your feet right now. As you roll, pay attention if you have the same amount of surface area rolling on each foot, or if it's different. Hold the foam roller in. Oh, and if it happens to run away as you're doing this or get crooked, just fix it at any given point and then continue. But go ahead and hold the foam roller close to you so that the arches, the middle of the foot, is right on top of the foam roller. Push down and up until you feel the back of the legs connect and that the feet work as well, and point your toes for the ground. As your toes stay pointed for the ground, push the foam roller away so that you stretch into a pointed foot. And then you try and keep as much surface area of the foot and the toes on there, and you drop the heels down towards you. And then you point, and then you pull towards you. Getting the ankle to move around a little bit. You're trying to maintain as much surface area on the bottom of the foot on the foam roller as you can. 2 more times like this one. Good job. And 1 more. Now, you're going to roll away, let it roll over the heels until the legs straighten. Flex the feet, and then pull the foam roller back in. Pull the way to the toes if you can, and then roll away slowly. Once you're out, flex the feet for a small stretch. Point the feet to roll back towards you. You have to get to the toes. Well, you don't have to, but you're trying to. And then press away. Flex the feet. As you're doing this, if it feels like your back is arching and flattening, you can take your hands to your hips to help you stabilize. But remember to keep your shoulder blades heavy on the ground. Ideally, when the legs press out and you flex the feet, you also squeeze the glutes a little bit so that the pelvis stays in place and it's easier to pull in with it staying in place. That will also help you find your lower abdomen if you have not found that already. Let's try a few more. Last two. Last one. Good. Now press out to straight legs. Keep the legs straight, feet flexed, and then point. Arms long to your side, open through the shoulders. Let's flex and point the feet. Good. As you continue to point and flex the feet, see if you can squeeze the legs into each other a little more. Maybe the glutes a little more, so that it feels like you become lighter on the mat. And then alternate which foot points and which one flexes. Keeping the heels together, just the ball of the foot and the toes go in opposite direction. Good. And then keep both feet pointed. Put pressure into the feet so that your glutes want to engage. When you feel that, encourage it. Keeping the left leg exactly as is on the foam roller. The right leg is going to lift up and then lower. Now you push through the right leg until it engages as much as the left. And then the left one is going to come up and then lower. Once you get to the foam roller, you push into it to lift the opposite leg. And then you lower that leg. Squeeze and lift. Lower. Push down. Feel the connection. Keep the connection as the other leg reaches up. You're only going as high up as you can maintain that connection. 3 more on each leg. Shoulders heavy. Nice long neck. Good. And then both legs press down. You can take the arms up to the ceiling to do a roll up, or you can just sit up however you need to. For your roll up, you're going to take an inhale, connect your arms to your back. And with your exhale, you sit yourself up, rolling up nice and tall, keeping your feet connected to the foam roller the entire time. Good job. So, let's move on. We can use the foam roller or the pillow. Today we're going to use the pillow just because it's really comfortable and I feel like doing that today. Let's put the foam roller away for now. Your pillow is going to be used underneath your ribs to help you stay connected to your back with your arms here and keep a straight spine. So, once you get to this position, you want your hips to be stacked, one on top of the other, one shoulder stacked. The pillow's in the place where it's helping you. You want to feel like you're pushing out through the top elbow and into the ground through the bottom elbow so that your upper back is connected. Keeping the heels together, the top knee is going to lift up to about hip height, and then it's going to lower. And then each movement that we do is going to try to be just slightly better or prettier or more graceful than the previous one. Good. We're only going for 6. So, shouldn't be too many. Good. And then you want to make your last one your best one. Good. Keeping the knees together. Now the heel comes up and down. And it goes up and it lowers. And again. 3 more times, moving with control. Good. Last one, and then we will alternate. So the heels stay together, the knee comes up, the knee lowers, the heel comes up. That's 1. And then the knee comes up again, and then the heel. That's 2. Good. Keep the elbows pressing in opposite directions. 3, 4, abdomen drawing in. 5, last one. 6. We're going to lift the leg up to hip height. The knee will stay in place, then extending out to straight leg and bending back in. And again, out to straight leg and bend back in. And reach and pull. As the leg straightens, stand into it. And keep that length. Last 2. On the last one, the leg stays straight. Little tiny circles in one direction. And then reverse ducks. Now reach that leg back as far as you can. And then you're going to lower. And then see if you could reach back a little bit more. And then maybe a little more until you feel a stretch through the front of the hip. Once you get that, squeeze through that top glute to help you find more stretch. The arm will then reach over, and you'll continue to lengthen through the fingertips as the bottom leg reaches away. Take a few breaths here. Breathe into your back. Try and take up space with your shoulder blades as you breathe in. One more breath. You can circle the arm around and pulling the knee back in. Now that knee is going to, well, the foot's going to step in front of the other knee, keeping the bottom knee bent. Take the leg back. Once the leg is back there, your arms can go back to supporting you, pushing in opposite directions. From the inner thigh, lift and lower. Again, you lift and lower. Good. 3 more. Last 2. And then we hold the leg up for tiny little circles in one direction. 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Let's switch sides. See where it's going sometimes. Okay, on the other side. So again, you want the pillow to be somewhere where it's supportive to you. For me, that's under my rib cage. Knees bent, elbow down. Make sure your hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Push through the top hip. Draw the abs in. Good. Keeping the heels together, the top knee will come up and then lower, making each move better than the previous. total of 6. And then the top heel comes up and lowers. Good. Staying controlled. Last 3 and 2. Once more, alternating. The knee comes up, knee lowers, heel up. Good. That's 1. 2. Elbows stay pressing apart. 3. 4. 5. Last set. And that's 6. Now the leg will come up and then the knee stays in place to extend the leg straight and then bend. And again, reach long and bend. Good. Press. Standing into the foot. Ooh, that was difficult. And once more. Extending the leg, keeping it straight for 6 tiny little circles. And then reverse. Good. Then take the leg back as far as you can. Keep going. You'll lower the foot down and reach it even more. So you feel a stretch through the front of that hip. Squeeze through the glute. Take the arm up and over. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale into the back of the rib cage. Exhale, let your rib cage stay expanding. Try and grow long. And just take a really big breath. Good. Your arm can circle around. And hand behind the head. Bend the knee again. Place it in front of you. Bottom leg lines up with the spine. The knee stays bent. Reaching through the elbows, abs in. Bottom knee will lift from the inner thigh and lower. And again, lift and lower. Good. Try and make each one better than the previous in some way. Maybe it just looks prettier. Last 2. Holding at the top on the last one to circle for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower. Good. You can place that leg on top of the other one. And then sitting yourself up. Whew. Those are tough. Okay. Let's move on. For today, we're going to use a pillow underneath our hips. For any reason that feels difficult, switch over to the foam roller under the hips, or even a yoga block also would be a nice height and surface area. So, foam roller, that foam roller. Pillow. Take the pillow between your butt and your heels. Lift your hips. Pull it under. Open your arms out to goalpost arms. One knee in, followed by the other. If it feels pretty good to you, pull your knees in tighter and give yourself a hug. Take a few breaths here. You can rock a little from side to side. You could grab your knees to give yourself a hug. You could wrap one hand over to the other one and then interlace with that arm. Whatever makes you feel happy, you're hugging yourself, keep hugging yourself. Good. Once that feels pretty good, take your legs for the ceiling, arms open, palms up to the ceiling. and making your chest as wide as possible. We're going to point and flex your feet. Squeeze the legs into each other. And then let's alternate or toast heels together. Good. And then the ball of the foot stays together. Heels alternate for running. Keep the arms heavy on the mat. Very nice. Ooh, I lost it there for a sec. Then, with the feet relaxed, feet will come overhead and then away from the body. And over you. As the legs go away, purposely spin into the feet, engage through the glutes and hamstrings to feel the abdomen kick in. Good. Away. And over. For 3, 2, and once more. Circle the legs, separate about shoulder width, lower down same distance together at center line and back up. You're just making leg circles. And if you're thinking these look like really long ovals, that's because they are. Good. One more circle like this. And then reversing at the top, lowering down through center. Separate to control up and together. And your legs are pretty relaxed right now. You're just trying to go through the movement by standing into the feet and letting that connect your body, your legs to your core. Good. Stand through the feet. Last 3. And 2. One more. After you pull your knees in, we're going to point and flex the ankles as the knees are pulled into our chest. Good. And then keep the toes pointed. Right knee tries to pull a little bit tighter. Left one reaches down so that the toes touch the ground and knee stays bent. And then you switch. And switch. Good. You want your big toe to touch the ground. If that's not a possibility, that's okay. You just aim your big toe for the ground. Good. The knee that comes in towards the chest pulls really tight. The shoulders are heavy, shoulder blades are heavy, arms are heavy. Very nice. 3 more on each leg. And last one. Good. Pull both knees in. Give yourself a hug. Extend back up for the ceiling. Turn the palms up for the ceiling if they're not there already, and try and push a little heavier so that you feel your upper back connect even more. The right leg will come towards you, left leg away. Once you feel a stretch, try and pull more and switch. One more time like that. Reach as far as you can, really heavy arms. And other side. Now keep your arms connected to your back, but as the right leg pulls towards you, reach for it, arms stay connected, you give a pull, pull more, and switch. Left leg, pull, pull more, and switch for right leg. Pull, keep stretching through. Good. Arms connected to the back, reaching for the ankles. 2 more on each leg. Good. Good. Pull both knees in. Give yourself one more hug. Rock a little side to side. Good. Place your feet down. Pull out the pillow. Lower your hips. You're going to take your hands behind your thighs. Your legs will float. Take an inhale, and lift your feet above you to give yourself momentum. As you exhale, roll up. And if that didn't happen, that's okay for today. We'll try next time. So, foam roller, long way, right up against the pillow. Head will go here, butt will go here. Good. So, on our backs, open through the arms. Let's go about shoulder height. We're going to do 10 circles out here. Keeping the arms connected to the back. And then about after 10 circles, reverse for maybe 10 more. Good. Arms long to your side, open through the shoulders. Take your feet together. We'll walk them out a little bit. Push into the feet. We're going to pick up one leg to tabletop and then lower it down. Push into that foot to pick up the other leg and then lower it down. If this isn't happening for today, you could separate your feet so that you're a little bit apart. But if you can keep your legs together for right now, let's practice. Nose straight for the ceiling, long ears. Good. 2 more on each side. Once more. Take your feet out into a really big Pilates V and then walk the heels out so that the feet are parallel. And releasing your fingers, hands behind the head. Lengthen through the neck, draw the abs in, let's curl up and lower. Push into the soles of the feet. Feel the back of the leg work and keep that connection as you curl and as you lower. Good. As you curl up, feel the stretch in your upper back between the shoulder blades. You will also feel abdomen work, upper abs. Last 3. Only coming up as high as you can push into your feet. 2. And once more. Good. So for our balance series, we're going to push into the mat to connect our arms, push through the feet as well as connect our legs. Then both hands will reach for the ceiling. Fingers together, thumbs right next to the side of the index finger. Reaching for the ceiling, wide shoulders. The right leg will go up to tabletop first. Now, for any reason, having both arms straight for the ceiling doesn't work out, the opposite arm can drop. No. The same arm as the leg that's up can drop. I will just tell you which one. So reaching through the fingertips, right leg is going to left. If we're good here, and you're not rolling around or half fallen, the leg and the opposite arm are going to reach away from the body and back to their starting position. Again, away from the body and back to the starting position. And we continue this. For any reason this is really difficult, the arm can drop down. But if it can stay up, We'll reach up for the ceiling. Last one. And now same arm as the leg. And again, if it's too difficult, the arm could go down to help assist. Now both arms are working. And last one. Lowering that leg, keeping the arms connected to the back. We're going to lift the other leg once you are organized through your body. Organize. There. Up, go. No. There. Opposite arm as leg, press away from the body and back to starting position. And again. And if for any reason this is really difficult, that same arm could drop down to help you stay balanced, which is going to stay there for me because this is becoming difficult. Maybe after this one, I will try one more. No. Okay. Then going to the other side. Same arm as the leg go out. If you need to lower the opposite arm to help you balance, you can. This is really hard. Once more. Good. And then lowering all limbs. You're all done with those. I'm all done with those. So let's sit up. Let's finish on the wall for a roll down. So once you get to your wall, you want to be at least your own foot length away from the wall, if not a tiny little bit more. Sacrum heavy on the wall, shoulders heavy on the wall, like the wall is now your ground. Ooh, hair. So, let's prep our abs with the inhale. And with the exhale, rounding forward, peeling off the wall, going as far forward as you can, as long as the sacrum stays on the same spot on the wall. And then circling the arms in one direction 4 times. After 4, reverse. Let the arms hang. Again, prep the abs with your inhale. And the exhale takes you back up to standing. And then you guys are all done for today. Great job.